Yeah, no, so I think where we left it last week in terms of this stuff is that the forehand, when we see it in live play, has some scoopiness to it, right? Has a little bit of pushiness from the palm. You know, it's just like there was a mild scoopiness in there that he doesn't have and I don't have, you know, and that we want to eliminate over time. And backhand is actually very clean. And I think the backhand's easier to be clean because you can set the wrist so well. So we just want to watch it. I think one of the things we talked about that you started to connect to was maybe a little bit more contact in front, right? And then the other thing, you know, I was thinking about you on this and thinking about people is just like, so if we just take our hand, just go straight up with your hand and just revolve it, right? This is the concept that we want. And what we want to be careful is adding too much work there, but a sense of that, yeah. That being said, I think where you started, and even that looks tight to you, right? You got to have a little bit of relaxation in it. But taking all that back, I think where you already started to tap into it is you make cleaner moves when your contact's in front. So let's work on it. Let's just go a little bit of touch and then let's transition into volleys. That's it, bud. Keep it in front. Keep it in front and thinking about like grabbing it in that moment of like crisp grabbing it. I think I forget the word I was using last week, but that's why, yeah, those are looking better now. Put that grab in. So I'm gonna talk once and then I'm gonna let you play with it because that last one was the one. Okay, so it's almost like I'm like, why are you gonna talk now? But I'll tell you this, it's in front. Don't just like, and that's why I was like, yes, this is the sense that I want in a feel. Like you watch my feel, right? There's not a ton of wrist curl in there, but in front. That moment of where you're grabbing, right? In that moment of like contact where there's a committed, supinated grab on the ball, right? So you want to be there. And then the third thing is just make sure that you follow, if this is our frame line, make sure that you follow, like sometimes when I was watching the first few, it's just like, again, if you watch his line or my line, so I'm starting to grab the ball, right? The finish is a continuation of that spinning line, that cutting line. A few of yours look like, and then again, maybe instead of continuing along the cut line, you kind of get it along the push line. And so just those senses. And at the same time, that last one looks super fresh. So I think you're finding it right now. So let's go.
That last one was how it was feeling when I was playing during the week. That was not good.
Let's go. Just bring it in front and grab it. That's it right there. That's it right there. Let's go.
I have the feeling it's more of like a bounce.
That's it. That's it. I think just bringing it in front and grabbing it and that sense of that committed moment of contact, it looks good right there. Yeah, that's it, man. Way less pushy today, way less, so that's great. And just keep following the cut line, and I know you are, but yeah, especially on those low ones, allow that cut line allow that racket face to open up a little bit more.
Feel that was just a little.
That's nice. Let's go. Cool, let's mix it up now. So just go both sides, so same thing. Can you maintain the work when he's mixing it up? It's nice, bud. How do those feel?
Great.
Yeah, those are great. I'm loving these. Yeah, so we hold it, we'll do one more, but I think you're there. I think you're there. Those look way less pushy than last week.
I feel a little bit of that release too, like first, like feeling this without tension.
Yes, like that's leading the way of the cut. Yeah, that looks good. It looks just less palmy.
I don't have to do anything. I just I have to not do something.
Yeah, okay.
But it feels like.
Okay, good. I think you not did the thing this week. Just like last week, it looked like you were here, and this week it's got that cleaner. It does want to do this, especially just like a forehand. You want to continue. Your arm wants to, like inertia. You want to continue along the line that you created. So same thing here. You want to continue along that line, and if you do, you're going to get a sharp cut. And if for some reason you don't, you're going to get a little bit more of that pushiness. But I think you're there. And then just on the low ones, allow even that hand to open up a little bit more, right? Again, if we're watching just like the lines of, imagine my racket's a hand, right? Just the lines. Point is, we just want to continue to listen to the cut line and honor it post contact, so that's how the cleanliness gets the best. Okay, that's cool. Nice, nice. That's sick right there. It's getting like feely, you know what I mean? That's why I love this space so much, is I want to develop like super feely hands, right? And then if we can develop super feely hands, then what we can do is we can take some of that feel off when we need it to, you know? I'd rather build hands that are super feely and have great touch, and then if we need to remove it in the volley or we need to flatten it out, it's easier to go that way than the other direction. I think it's good. I think we take this and we transition into volleys. What do you think? It looks good, don't you think? Yep, here we go.
Also, I'm noticing too, like, I can see what his does, but I'm just copying that.
Yeah, and I would say the difference between, again, and give me one here. Like, I'll do one with you here. Yeah, I actually think you're in the same line as us. And again, the one, I won't even say caveat, because I think when you do it, you're correct. The one thing we want to continue to just watch is that it is this cut line, and it's not. We're just gonna make sure that the wrist doesn't get too goosey over time, that it doesn't translate into volleys. And I think you're there though. When I watch you volley, I don't see a problem with it. Okay. Okay. Ready? Let's go volley. Let's go. Same thing here though. You know, we ever talked about like, and I think you're there. Look, I want you to concentrate on the same thing. In a second, we're just going to isolate the forehand, and I just want you to spend time on it, because when you're in the fast movement here from side to side, I think it's just natural. You're going to kind of fall back into some habits. It's going to get pushier, and it looks nice. I can just feel like I know the aesthetic that I'm looking for, and you've got good hands that sometimes they're just a little palmy, right? That we talk about now. As far as ready position, if you stand there, I think you're doing a great job. One thing that I'm trying to help people with lately is a little bit of understanding our ready position at the net versus our ready position at the baseline. Okay, ready position at the baseline is, and you're in a great ready position. Ready position in the baseline is, I'm ready to go in all directions, right? The split step is going to allow me then to make rotations regardless of where the peak of bounce is. Split step at the net is we're a little bit more forward leaning, right? Because all our energy is going to go here. There's going to be no energy going in these directions, right? Ideally, we're not going to be making too many, of course, if we have to make a split and into an overhead. So just know that we don't have to be as in a position here so that we can move in all directions. We can be a little bit more in a position where you feel almost like out of your split, you're ready to collapse into those angles forward, right? Think of it almost like a little forward leaning in that same balanced position, and see if that plays for you at all. That looks better though. Looks like you're more ready to move to those angles. Let's go. That's it. And I like those arms up like that. How'd that feel? Did you feel the adjustment?
Like in the beginning, and then kind of.
Yeah, I felt like also your accuracy just picked up immediately. So just that's something to consider, is that you're trying to apply that sense when you come up to the volley, that we don't need to be in a position here. We want to be a little bit more positioned here so that our split step allows us to collapse through those lines. Okay, let's go a few more. Like forward, let's go. Feel like you're in the forward lean, that's it. Feel like you're in the forward lean, that's it. That's better though, right there. Feel like you're in the forward lean. So look at, let's go, so we're kind of, I'm telling you, it's a difference. You can also see, even just with your heels, like, is you can just see that it's a little bit less here. And so it's important, I think, that we start to separate that sense of balance between our positions. Let's go to the forehand. So you get a chance to work that grip on the ball, right? That grip on the ball, that rolling shoulder, and that's that moment of committed grab, and that you're also in that position. That's it, there it is, that one right there, that's it. You gotta feel that, right? Like the control that you have there. That's it, that's it, let's go. That's it, grab it. It's that moment of grabbing it. It's committed grabbing. And if we just compare those last 3 balls, none of those were it, right? All those were little, and you can just see what happens to the ball. There's not, the control isn't there, the sharpness isn't there, the spin's not there, and it just kind of, it's got a little bit of a floating nature to it versus the ones that you really grab have just that sharp line to them. That's it, that's it. And try to go to his forehand too, Jason, just so you have a target too, and you're forward leaning, you're trying to snap on the ball and put it right in that picture. Good, keep it in front, keep it in front. Nice though, those are good, those are good. Just relax your arm a little bit, yeah. I think the ones that look really sharp to me are the ones, that you're in front and you're working on really, again, there's that moment of just like committed, whether it's whatever, that committed pronation, supination, that moment of committed handwork. But then the ones where I can see that the racket follows the cut line versus ones where it doesn't look like it follows the cut line, right? So it's just, to me, you can also, if you want something tangible, it's just like, I'm looking at the frame. The ones where the frame follows continues along the line of where you made the spin, those look sharp. That's it. That's it. Right out in front, too. Nice. Let's go one more. Nice, dudes. You can do a couple backhands just so we hit both sides, backhand to backhand. Yeah, the backhand's nice. I think the backhand has to just improve in play, you know what I mean? You're better actually with your forehand volley, but technically it looks sound. Let's go, get in that forward lean, have that today. Take that forward today. Let's go. Hell yeah. I think it was good. We could do this forever, but I think it looks good. Big thing that I think that we took away today is just like that sense of that forward lean, right? And it really comes into play when you're attacking, you know, you're coming up in that deep split where you're ready just to propel there, but you need to practice it in these scenarios too, so it becomes ingrained in how you feel when you come forward. Feel good? Yeah. Yeah, baby. We're gonna go short court, get warmed up. I think the conversation last week was it was that racket face and that lock back position on the forehand. And you're crushing, like, I mean, you have that. You just got to do it. You got to make it the thing, you know? that just the consistent technique. You could see the difference, couldn't you? You know what's a great challenge for you on this is to do it in short court.
Yes,
because in short court, it's like I don't freaking go into a full line, you know what I mean? I go into an abbreviated move, but we don't want to be here, right? So I'd like to see your abbreviated move still have the correct sense about it. That's it. And you can play both sides, coach. Nice, dude. That's it. Just for one fun warm-up and then we'll move on, let's just run a quick figure eight where you got to go cross and Donovan's going to go line, okay? So Donovan goes line, you go cross. Let's go. Keep the feet active, man. Let's go. You go cross. Close it. I think we're good. Let's go back. Keep it going. Just down the middle. Thanks, coach. There you go. There you go. Because I think it's two things, and I know you know them. I think it's three things, actually. It's getting it locked back, right? Getting into a place where the face doesn't want to flare open. Having the face not open, right, too. It's like it's got to be here so it snaps into your topspin position. And just being conscious of your topspin. That's your, you know what I mean? You want to be like, even here, I thought you did a great job, but when you're in short court with your buddy, right, and you're hitting, just make sure that, of course, we're hunting peak at the beginning. Hunt peak at the beginning, right? That's where we get our mind into peak of bounce. But also, you're trying to create topspin even in this space, because it's technique and intent, and it's hard to say which is which. But I say, hey, you want to be back here. You want to have that face, for you specifically, that face down, and then really try to turn that ball, right? Make sure that you're trying to create heavy topspin. Yes, like that one right there, you know? Yes, because it's, and I'm gonna say one more thing, because there's still, those are all looking great, and this is a big part of your development, right? Of taking you to, again, polishing you to that place where you look like somebody who's been playing their whole life, which is very rare to do that. But the other part is like the cleanliness of your pronation through the ball, right? I don't know that this solves the whole, there's still work to be done on that point. So set that and then make sure that you're really working that. That one before was the best forehand of the day, and it felt like because you were more conscious of getting that topspin pronation going, okay? So let's set it all and then let's get that forehand rolling. That's it though, you're finding it. Come on. Nice.
It's just timing with it.
Yeah.
It feels great, but
It looks good. I mean, I think you have all the pieces. I think also like you don't hit for 4 days, you're gonna feel also a little rustier. I mean, there's always elements of that type of stuff going on too. You go have some magical experience, it's awesome. But then you come back and you gotta retime your hand and nothing looks different than last week. But just keep trying to set it and just keep trying to like, the cleanliness of this moment is still, again, there's ground for us to break there, where it doesn't, it looks good, dude. That's what I'm saying. But it's going to get even cleaner and cleaner, like you see with guys like him, or when we hit with like William, or you see me hit, just like the cleanliness of the pro nation, there's still improvements there. And so just continue to really view that moment of contact like we did on the slice. Keep locking it back, yeah, and down. That's it. Let's go. Come on. And what I like to do too is we want to build on what we're doing. Let's run some specific patterns too, and let you just work on your main targeting. One thing I'm doing right now, man, and I'm going through this thing where at night, of course, I'm watching, but right now I'm just watching individuals and just watching their patterns throughout the day, like throughout the match. Like I'll just watch Sinner and I'll just try to be Sinner and just watching his patterns, right? Yeah, what's he doing on every single ball, right? And a lot of it, I'm like, all right, that's how I feel he probably is playing it. But point being, the targets that we talk about are the targets. They are the targets everybody's playing. If what's crazy about watching Djokovic, dude plays the 2 and the 3 and that's it, and he's the most precise guy of just playing these 2 spots. He gets set up, I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna be perfect to one of these 2 spots. Yeah. So when we're working on something, and not that it's not stale at all, but when we're working on something, you start to deepen into that something, let's get our patterns in play, right? Let's get our targets in play, so you build some time on them. Can you get a cone out for me? We're gonna go deep cross. Because there's one of those things that I said to you, that one lesson that we had when we did that long video shoot. Dude, get obsessed with these targets. There's the technical development and all that stuff, but I think it's great. Maybe bring it in 1 foot this way and up 1 foot, just a little bit more space for him. And whenever you're working on something or you don't have something to work on, get in these guys. Let's go, energy up. That's it, let's go. Awesome, come on. That's it, let's go. That's it, let's go. Now I love what you're doing here. Having intent here with the target opens up really the view of what we're doing. Too many here though. I'd say there's like 6 in a row, and I'm like, that was sick. That was sick, and I'm like, all right, I don't mind it. It wasn't wrong, but as we balance this game, that ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? They were pretty nasty actually, and I don't have a problem with them, except that I don't want 90% of those balls working over your head to this target specifically. Don't be afraid to do it. Yeah, don't be afraid to do it. Let's go. Get to top, work your technique. Let's go. It's the depth that it gives you, right?
Well, yeah, it's also just the feeling of the elbow kind of like releasing and it's just making me do that.
Sure, and I understand. I have no problem with it. I love that shot. The only thing is, as we develop your game, that you're not going to be there 90% of the time. You're going to need to access this target across the chest, and it's just how you're going to have to do it. So what I would say is none of that was wrong. But when you see that pattern grow, you say, hey man, these next batches, I'm going across the chest. I don't care what the intuition is asking of me. Let's get across the chest and let's work on the technique that way.
I'm just excited that it's
It's sick. No, you know what? I'm excited too, because what I would say is we could just do that. You could just like work that and that, wow, that technique's coming out, right? And be focused on it. But for now, you understand. It's good. Energy up to start. I know. And what I would say is this. You understood the conversation. I don't care today, especially if you tap into it. It's sick. I don't care. But if you're out in a hit, you understand, because you're such a thoughtful, you get what I'm talking about in the overall scope of your game. You're not Nadal, and you're not going to go there 90% of the time. It was just a conversation. You can go there every single time today. I'm cool with it, man. I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the cleanliness of the grab, and if you want to work that today, I'm happy with it. No hurry. I think this, and I think don't do it right now. I think, hey, bro, it's sick. You know what? I'm excited that it's a piece of the pie for you. It's going to be an awesome piece of the pie. So many people don't have it. But get across the chest right now. Force yourself to get across the chest. You'll find it in a second, because you're probably just a little late on contact and creating some shape that way. So just get, and if you can't today for some whatever reason, it don't matter. Just go. Yeah, just force it. Come on, force it right through the body.
It's like, if I feel the pronation,
Yeah. It just wants to go there. Hey, man, you know what? Hit balls today, baby. I'm telling you this. This looks awesome. It's cool. The setup is great. It's what we wanted to improve. If you're working this today, I'm not gonna. You understood what I was saying. It's all good. Let's work it. Come on. We're gonna go angle in a second anyway, so you're gonna have to do it. But don't hold yourself back now. Let's just go target right now. Don't hold yourself back to whatever. Nice. Thank you. Can I run you a little bit today? You good to run a little bit? Okay, cool. Let's go back and forth now. You got to change direction, okay? You got to go there, then you got to go here.
every other.
Every other. And keep topping. What I would ask of you is this. Regardless of how, let's not even think about how you're going to work the ball. There's a long-term conversation. If for some reason this became the way that you work those balls, we're gonna have to buckle down on it. I don't believe it. It's just today. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Get back to peak of bounce though. Okay, let's go. Get back to setting it right and get back to hunting. What if you became like an adult dude? That'd be wild. There's like 3 on the tour. Yeah. Nishioka does it, and then I forget there's a Spanish guy, another guy who does it.
Really, all I'm thinking about is the pronation.
Yeah, it's just going there. I mean, because that's just an artistic choice at some point. Yeah. But let's see where we go with this game, man. Have fun, hunt peak. Let's go. Set the racket face right. Get your spin on it. Hunt peak of bounce. Let's go. Okay, close that top. Let's go. That's a good top close. go, come on. Stay on it. That's just energy. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Bring it. Start it. Start with the energy. Let's finish out this pattern and then have some water. Let's go. One more good one. Let's go. Last one. Top it, baby. Get to the top right now. Come on. Hunt it. That's it. Hunt it. Hey, it's good. Let's go. Have some water. We'll do backhands. I want to save time for returns. Good work, bud.